So we're back for more. We're on page 4 of Piecewise. We'll try again. We're on page 4 of Piecewise number 1. I'm attempting to get it adjusted here. Okay. I think you can see most of the graph. Now, greatest integer is kind of strange. I'm going to send a video that I taught Algebra 2 Honors how they need to do it. And, the first sheet will be similar to what you've seen on greatest integer, but I think many of you might want to watch it to take in what's going to happen. So I'm going to explain what I do with greatest integer, and this is just your teacher, what she does. I find out what makes the inside 0. And what makes the inside 0 is going to be the number 4. And so I'm going to create that I've got 4 is less than x is less than 5. And that's going to make the inside 0. Now there's many ways to do this. I teach 2 ways, and even the answer key might show a different way because there are like 3 or 4 ways to do this kind of stuff. Now I'm going to increase each of these by exactly 1. And so that will go to 1. And when I do the same, I'm going to decrease each of these numbers by exactly 1, and that will go to -1. And so now we can do this graph because these are going to be horizontal steps going up, and you'll see what it looks like momentarily. So these are all just horizontal little rays, every one of them. The left is closed, and the right is open. So I'm going to go to 3 and down to -1, open, closed. And then I can say, all right, now 4 is at 0, closed, open, and 5 is at 1, closed, open. Now that's all I need to do, and then I can put in these ellipses, these cute little dots that you can do. But some people enjoy just following the pattern, and feel free to enjoy following the pattern and just keep filling it in. If you're bored, go backwards. See, now I'm getting bored, so I'm going to just put the ellipses in, put in the little dots down here, so we can see that you really only needed to put 3 of them in. So you're going to see these are stair steps up. That's all I'm going to show you all are stair steps up. I could show you the other videos if you're interested. What I do to Algebra 2 Honors 8th graders, they have to do a lot more. But now when we come to do the algebra, we can see our number because I did more of them. As I, approach 1, I would need to do, I could come here and do 1 more if I wanted. I want to approach 1 from the left, and I can see what number it is. 1 from the right, and I can see what number it is. I can see the function value. I can do it all, but I still think the best way to do this is to plug the requested number in, which is 1. And so 1 results in -3. 1 smaller than -3 is -4. This is the left. This is the right. My x is positive, so this stays left, and this stays right. So on the left side, I'm going to get -4. On the right side, I'm going to get -3. we see these are all jumps. I mean, it's just obvious they're little steps. And what is the function value? Well, the function value is just plug it in. 1 minus 4 is the negative 3. Now notice this is going to match the graph because I did enough of them. So if I came down here just to the number 1, as I approach 1 from the left, you'll see this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It is indeed negative 4. And 1 from the right is indeed negative 3. And the function value is that closed dot is indeed negative 3. So again, I'm going to share that other video with you and let you see what I did with it for those that are interested where this is maybe a little confusing. Now to problem 11. In problem 11, I see it's kind of straightforward here. This is going to be a horizontal ray left, and this one is a horizontal ray right. And negative 1, 1 is closed, and 1, negative 1 is closed. And this is left, closed, right, closed. But what the heck is that in the middle? Well, in the middle, you're going to find out that's the notation for a semicircle. You should know that y equals number minus, and you can have a coefficient, I don't care. But when you see something like this, y equals the square root of a number minus, then we are going to be a circle. Now, why is that? Watch me square it. And I'm going to get rid of the number right now because I would need a number over there. So you're only going to see an x squared there. And so when I square it, I would get a number minus x squared, and that says x squared plus y squared equals number. And so, yeah, there we are. Now, what makes this 0 is 1, is 1. And so, because I'm going to always have your center of your circle being 0. So we can see that our radius is 1. And since this guy on the outside, there is no sign, so it's positive, it means from the center, I'm going to go 1 left, and it's open. So it's 1, 0, negative 1, 0. And I'm going to go 1 up, and that one's closed because it's the top half. So I'm going to get this cute little semicircle of radius 1. Now, for the other guys, they're really easy. Negative 1, 1 is right here. It's closed, and I'm heading left. And 1, negative 1 was closed, and I'm heading right. And so you can see I have a jump at negative 1 and a jump here also. Notice this is 2 for the price of 1. You've already done these without graphs. We just wanted you to see what the cute little graph was. So this guy is 1 and I get 1, and this is the 1 minus x squared because first appearance, second appearance. And this is 0. They don't agree, so it's D and E. The function value was the top one, so it's 1. And we see that this represents a jump. When I go to the other side, what am I going to see? Well, the left side is the 1 minus x squared, and I get 0. The right, or the second appearance, is negative 1. These are not equal, so it's D and E. They're real numbers, so again, it's a jump. The equal to is with the bottom one, and so that reflects our graph graphically, analytically, graphically, analytically. The last problem is another absolute value, but people tend to screw this one up, and I don't know why. Honestly, I don't. Okay. But you have trouble finding out what makes it 0 is what? Negative 3. So You're negative when you're less than -3 because your x is positive. So I need to negate. And that's when I'm less than -3. And then what happens when the contents are positive? What you see is what you get. And I'm still getting the +1, but now to be positive, my x has to be greater than. So again, I don't know why people mess it up, but they seem to mess it up. So the left side, this is -1 and -1. But we see we're just going to be a horizontal ray left. The endpoint is going to be -3, -1. I can't use the -3 because it makes the denominator 0. So at -3, 1, 2, 3, -1, I'm going to go left. And I'm done with that one. And so I come here, and this is going to be the right side. It's going to be a horizontal ray right. I can see the ordered pair is this. Again, it's open. So I'm going to come up here. Here's the 1. And I'm going to go right. And so we know this is equal to 1 from up there. They're not equal, so it's D and E, and it's a jump. And no, there is absolutely no function value because you can't divide by 0. So it's undefined. And so, analytically, graphically, as I approach from the left, -1, approach from the right, +1. You've done these separately. You've looked at graphs and answered them. And again, we're putting these together now.